What is up, guys? Jake here with the next Vainglory video, and this is the next guild team match. We haven't done this in a while. Me, Nolan, and AB, which is Syrian Savage there, we're teaming up, doing some ranked matches, and picked up Fortress on the first pick. You see Adagio scarf band out there. So waiting to see what they decide to do, and they grab the Finn up. So immediately that tells us they want something either a cruel or a rhyme or something like that. And they don't pick up the cruel, they pick up the glaive. So we thought, okay, let's grab the rhyme because that glaive could be going lane. We want to try to prevent them from grabbing that up and having that super tanky combo. So Nolan jumps on that, and AB grabs the Sky. Now, obviously, AB was not the one that was going to play Sky here. He doesn't play Sky. This is another one of those scenarios where we don't swap when we're supposed to. So is what it is. We made the best of it. There you see they picked up the Vox to round out their composition. They managed to switch it up, but we did not. So this is what we're on, and I'm on Fortress there. So we getting started up. Actually, they did swap, and they kind of like tapped it against what happened there. I forgot about that. They did swap, and they like tapped it again somehow and swapped back and didn't mean to. That's what it was. I'm sorry, I forgot what happened there, but I knew that somehow AB ended up on Sky when he wasn't supposed to. But anyways, we start off in the jungle here, just getting these waves cleared as quickly as we can, or get this rotation out of the way. We want to beat them to the shop if at all possible, and Rhyme has a pretty fast clear, honestly, so I feel like we should be able to beat them there. Go ahead and flare up at their bush. They did get I think Finn got the shop. I don't believe Glaive did. I might be wrong here, though, but trying to avoid that smash. Vox does rotate down, so we have to be very careful here. You see Nolan in there taking a lot of damage, but he is Finn. Or excuse me, he is a Rhyme, so he does, have the ability to sustain for a long, long time. You see Vox is very low there, and AB is basically full health coming in on the late rotation there. So we grab our fronts and decide we're going to go ahead and invade, just buy up. I've got a little bit of health, and I'm buying some scout mines, things like that. They come in, I want to try to dodge this smash. You know it's coming. Nolan eats it, but then turns it around and gets on to that Finn, starts putting down some good damage. I wanted him to kill this. We had a miscommunication here. He wanted to go for the backs. I wanted him to kill that heal minion to get that heal off that so we could actually fight, because I knew we'd have trouble fighting if he didn't get that. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. Glaive gets there in time, and he comes down, and I go down as well. So kind of screwed up our first invasion there. We had a good chance, I think, to win that fight had we been on the same page. But that happens sometimes if you don't play with people a lot, which I have not played with Nolan and AB much. So had to get back on the same page. It's all right. He cleared up that first one, and then we get back to these backs, start taking those out, and we're gonna keep the pressure on. I mean, obviously, we know we have a very strong early game composition with this Fortress and Rhyme combo. A lot of damage going out their way. We want to keep applying pressure, try to keep them on their heels, and not let them get their jungle constantly having that rotation out of their hands into ours is just so big. So there again, it is all three of them, and AB is still up in the lane. So we're trying to sort of kite back here. We're trying to get out of the way. Luckily, they do stun me up and not Nolan on that Rhyme. So he's able to live, and I take one for the team there. So that's all right. As long as that Vox is rotating down, he is not farming, and Vox is a very farm-dependent hero. So if he doesn't, farm much, we get the late game, we're going to be all right. So here he's trying to push the wave forward. You see that AB just died in the jungle there, so I want to put a little damage on him and also just tank up this wave, let it, not push into the turret. That way AB's not losing all that farm, and then rotate back down and help out Nolan in the jungle some more. So get back to the store, trying to work towards that fountain, get it done. Sometimes you want to go, your Warren first, sometimes Fountain. In this particular match, the way he's rotating down, I felt like I needed to get that Fountain. Rhyme's not much of an escape artist, so keeping him alive versus trying to get him out is, I think, a better call. So again, 2v3 here. We're trying to fight him off. We're trying to sustain. AB in the jungle. Finally, he rotates down, and he rotates down at a perfect time because we have them really softened up. Put that bleed onto Vox. You see how low he is there. You see how low Finn is there. He gets both those kills. Glaive does escape. It gets out of there. We go back, grab their whole jungle, though. So this is where it really starts to turn on them. When we took this entire jungle right here, they lost that fight when they had us on 2v3 for a little while. We decided to go ahead and take this just to take the go. We sort of felt like they would take it back. Had they not taken it back, we just left ours open, but we sort of felt like they would. We would get the benefit of getting both of those gold mines, or minion mines, excuse me, the gold from them. So go ahead and try to grab our rotation one more time, clear as quickly as possible, get all of that down, and then get right back in there before their jungle spawns and try to get back into another fight here. So here we go, trying to go get into the shop before they do. They really didn't have much to do. I grabbed those boots so we can move quickly between our jungles, and then boom, they're all up in the lane, I guess, messing with AB. We grab their backs, sort of rotate down. There's the glaive there, and no one wants to fight, so I'm okay with it. We've got the minion mine on our side, so that's good news. They do collapse down on us here, but another miscommunication, which I called out to go on the glaive here. I think he was in a bad position. But Nolan stuck with the Vox, and we had to sort of split. So I tried to come back and get onto him. Unfortunately, this smash right here from Finn takes him out, and now we're all messed up because Glaive takes out AB again. AB doesn't play Sky, so that's a pretty tough matchup for Sky. Anyways, I try to sneak out, prevent the ace right there, and boom, finally get it done. Get called out just in time. Bad team fight for us right there. I think, again, there's just a miscommunication on the call to go for the glaive. Two of us did, and one of us didn't. And when you do that, sometimes it can go bad. So they come up. They're trying to get this gold mine here. We come in, try to gank it, and we do. We take it. Nicely done. And now we're ready to fight because they're super low. So we're just going to stay with it. Hey, try to engage them here. They are running away. But just in time for their jungle to spawn. And again, with us just taking the gold mine from them, and now their jungle again, they are in a horrible, horrible position. So get back down, make sure that they're not going. We saw that Vox there, but he just retreated back, I think. I'm not sure where he went to. Grab up a fountain, clear our wave, clear our rotation one more time. And then I think we're pretty much going to start living in their jungle from here, if I remember right. We might come back at least once more, I'm not sure. They did take their minion mine back, so we decided to go ahead and grab ours, sort of even out that gold discrepancy there. And right there, grab up some of that life, trying to get towards this Warhorn. I want to get that done next. Rotate up into the lane, and Vox is not much health and sort of hanging out there for too long. Nolan goes in, does a nice job taking him out. And then again, just freezing that lane, making sure it's not going to push into the turret so that when Nolan gets back, he's got something to farm. They are going to try to press this here. They're going to start trying to push this wave and fight us, but I guess they decided that it was too little too late and bailed out there. Nolan down in the jungle. Oh, yeah, we do grab our rotation again there. Go to the backs. Get those. I'm getting tons of gold from rolling in these jungle rotations with Nolan as opposed to having to babysit the lane because it is a Sky versus a Vox, especially that Vox that's been rotating down constantly. He really can't put a lot of pressure onto AB or anything, so we're looking good. We come up behind him there. Unfortunately, right as we get there, AB is going down, but I pop the dogs. You see Nolan doing a massive amount of damage. Finally just takes that Finn out because he's the easiest one to target. Then those dogs, and plus I popped the fountain on myself actually to try to keep from dying. They were targeting me, and because I guess they knew they couldn't really take Nolan down, so I took a lot of damage there. But they're not exactly healthy themselves, and they know that really they can't like push into a rhyme here. Put a little jump in on them, bounce out, just let them know that they're not gonna get to our turret here. And then again, once again, AB comes back into the lane. We rotate down into the jungle. Try to clear our fronts, our three there, and then we want to not go back to our backs here. We want to engage. We want to get after them. Again, I'm trying to get to that Warhorn. I'm almost there. Just need a little bit more gold. Get onto that Finn. Put some pretty good damage. Glaive comes diving in there for some insane reason. He's super, super low, so not sure why he did that. But they do take out our poor AB on that Sky. But they're all very low. They really can't fight us here. They can't really, engage us, especially as that Rhyme. He's such a tanky hero. If they try, they're gonna lose. So come back down again. Try to take some of their jungle. That Glaive, I think, was waiting on that. But we did end up taking that away from them, so that's good. And Vox rotates down here, and Finn is super, super low. So they're trying to just mess around and get to us here. I kind of kite back a little bit, and, again, Rhyme is just sort of able to stand on that front line and take the damage. We sort of bail on it because, it was 2v3. You see AB showing back up into that jungle, and we won't take the gold mine here. We know they went for their backs right there. So Rhyme gets it started. I go ahead and make sure they're not just rotating right back up. And here they come. That's actually a pretty nice ultimate there by AB, just sort of block them off. I drop the dogs down. They finish up that gold mine, and they do end up coming in, stunning up that our Nolan there on Rhyme and taking him down. But AB's able to rotate up pretty easily. I probably should have just ran back into their jungle, but I thought I might get away. But no way to do it there. AB takes a little bit of damage, but that Glaive's pretty low himself. So we're gonna be all right. We got the gold mine. We did get that, so probably worth no problem. They do get some damage onto this turret here, some meaningful damage, but they're taking turret shots. They start going down. Rhyme shows up. AP and him are just going to engage on this, try to get to him. They do take out the Finn right there. I'm trying to get my best to catch back up to him. I don't want to waste my Warhorn though, because we might need it to get them away or something. So I come back down. Rhyme is all the way into their jungle. He's chasing them off. We decide to get right back up into that lane. You see the Vox up there. He's hanging out. Come in, put a little poke on him. He did shove that wave into AV's turret and wasted his ultimate on us there, so that was fine. He did some pretty good damage on the Nolan, but nothing that we can't recover from. They're coming up in the lane. We know that they're wanting to fight here, and this is a pretty big turnaround here. Now, look, one thing I want you guys to notice on this one is look at the time. We're right at 15 minutes. I mean, the Kraken is about to spawn. Finn misses his hook, so they're not in a great spot here, but they're wanting this turret so bad. They're so blinded by the fact that this turret is low that they just overextend. I mean, they just completely overextend here. You see the damage coming towards them, the dogs, all of our ultimates going down. We take out 2 of them, and now that is a huge, huge turnaround because it's not just that they lost a fight. They lost a fight right at 15 minutes. And what that's going to let us do is, 1, take some of their jungle because there's nothing they can do. You got to sit there and defend the turret. And 2, come in and get a Kraken out of it. Now, we did not do the best job of pushing this Kraken. But we did get the Kraken, and we are obviously going to get some turrets out of it. So get back up into the lane. Again, I think that was a terrible overextension on their part to do that. Had they done that at 10 minutes, not that big a deal. I mean, yeah, they might lose a turret out of it, but to do it at 15 minutes when the Kraken's on the fold, you got to be a little bit safer than that. So come in, Finn again in a bad position. He gets stunned up and slowed there. Not stunned because he can't get stunned, but gets slowed down there. I thought we had this fight here, but I guess we just got too greedy. Popped everything we could right there, and I mean they were just so low, but somehow they ended up getting us taken out and getting the ace right there. So props to them. We got a little bit too greedy, a little bit overextended. It was close to us acing them, and if we had it, might have been game. But they did take us out. Now we did get 2 turrets for the Kraken, which is not the best Kraken ever, but it's honestly not that huge a deal because it is a gold swing in our favor. They got the 500 apiece, and we got the 600 apiece from the turret. So not that big a deal. Vox, big mistake there, was overextended. I thought they were all, because I saw them right there, I thought we could catch them. But, I mean, somehow they got way far away real fast. So pretty much just completely wasted my dogs right there, unfortunately. Mistake on my part, but I just thought we might catch them. I saw the minions recovering like they had been hitting them, so we knew they weren't too far. But even with the Warhorn, they were just too far away for us to get to. So get back down to the jungle, get those tier 2 boots, grab some more flares, clear a little bit of minions here. We don't really have anything else to do besides sort of that and wait. And now I can go ahead and grab an infusion. They're going to come up right here. They flared and right into that bush. They didn't even see us, I don't think, in the flare, but it was just a little bit too shy of the bush. And even without the dogs here, we just absolutely wrecked them up. You see, Finn goes down. He was always sort of in a bad spot. And I tried to fountain AB there, but I think he was just a little bit too far away for it to land. Unfortunately, he had to go down. But we got the 3 for 1 trade, excuse me. So we did ace them, and obviously no one's gonna go down there, get that turret taken care of. I'm gonna start with the Kraken. This is gonna be our second Kraken just immediately when they're spawning, which is pretty rough to recover from. So now they only have their 2 base turrets left. We have a Kraken coming up. We've got a fresh AB coming out of the base there. I go ahead and buy that weapon infusion. Now I'm double infused. I'm pretty sure we've got them pretty heavily on the infusions here. Just dropping some flares, checking all the bushes, making sure they're not trying to ambush us. And then from here, we're just going to wait. As soon as this Kraken is up here, I think I'm going to Warhorn him in if I remember. Actually, I don't Warhorn him in. No need to without a turret there. Just let him start to walk in, start doing the tanking, and then from here, we're going to pop the dogs and try to take them out. Now, they come out to fight us here, and we did a good job putting a lot of damage on them early, but look at this first turret. It's doing turret shots on us. We should have taken it out and then possibly continue to engage, but I'm taking turret shots from 1. Nolan was taking turret shots from 1. AB is now taking turret shots from 1. Yes, there was a Kraken pushing in, but I think we got way too over-aggressive there, just like the first time, so maybe something for us to learn on our Kraken pushes to not be so over-aggressive, but we did take out both of their turrets, so that puts them in a pretty precarious spot, honestly, to not have any base turrets left. Even if, we got all of our turrets left. I'm redouble infusing. I think all of us are pretty much infused or double infused. So we're looking pretty strong. We know that we're going to have at least one more fight, so we just go ahead and clear up our bushes, excuse me, our bushes, clear up our minions, check the bushes there. Nolan goes back to infuse. Right here, AB was about to go back to infuse, but we saw Vox was in the lane, so we said, okay, let's go down to the shop. Don't go back home. Even if they're down here, it'll just be two of them. And from there, right here, they make a tragic mistake. Now, look at this, guys. On a fortress, they left an opportunity for us to go behind them. You can't do that because of right there. I pop my dogs, the dogs get on them, they can't recall. And not only, even if they kill the dogs quickly, it really doesn't matter because they have a bleed on them. So they can't even recall until the bleed wears. I think it's like 6 seconds or something. That allows us to get all the way to the vein. And with this late game, with no turrets, you can kill a vein so quickly. You see right there. So a huge mistake on their part at the end. You can't do that. I mean, had it been anybody else, they would have had a chance to come back and fight. But with a fortress, it's like an anti-recall. You just can't do it. So lesson learned there. Looking at the builds, you see AB went with the Sorrow Blade, the Breaking Point, the Monocle. So pretty heavy damage build there. Pretty glass cannon, but did get the job done. Nicely done there. Nolan with that Eve, the Broken Myth, and then he went pretty tanky. So he was incredibly hard to take down. You saw my build as we went. The Finn on the other team, pretty standard stuff, except for that. I'm so surprised that he got that. I believe that Dakota plates. I'm pretty sure that he had Dakota plates there, which is pretty crazy to me to put on your Finn. So kind of a mistake there in my opinion. Looking at the Vox, he went with the Alternating Current, the Eve, the Broken Myth, normal Vox build there. He got full build actually. So, 140 CS, he was right there. So he just, the team fights just weren't there for him, but his build was there. Looking at the Glaive, he went with the Sorrow Blade, the Monocle, the Aegis, and a little bit of attack speed. He was a little bit behind because we took their jungle so often. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, Jake, doing my best to help you guys suck less.